We have a Fox News alert, and it is shocking. Breaking just moments ago, the news out of Berlin, Germany. Police speaking to the media saying, quote, "We have the wrong man." And the terrorist who drove that semi into the crowded Christmas market last night, killing a dozen people and injuring 50, they don't know where he is. He's on the loose, he's armed, dangerous, and likely to strike again. James Woolsey is the former CIA director and a senior advisor to President Donald Trump. He joins us live. James, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good to be with you.
Well, this is embarrassing. The cops thought they had the right guy because a good Samaritan said, yeah, I followed him almost to the zoo. That's the guy right there. They took him in, released a bunch of information about him, said he was an asylum seeker from Pakistan, had a bunch of fake IDs. Turns out none of it's true.
This is all going to happen again and again and again as long as we're just playing defense. It's as if we're in a big, really important hockey game and we deploy our entire team as goalies. We're going to lose. We can try to catch people after the fact. We can try to, by vetting, screen people out. But if we keep going the way we're going, we're going to have continual terrorist attacks of major proportion. It's very hard to find out which guy driving a truck is going to be a terrorist. Trucks are all over the place. It's not as if he has some secret weapon that we can spot or something.
Yeah, so look what they're doing as a result, Mr. Woolsey. They are putting up those barricades. Is this the new way of life?
It may be, and it's yet more of the play-only goalie syndrome. We can't do it that way. We've got to go on the offense.
So how do we go on the offense? What does that look like right now, both in Europe and for the United States?
I think that we look at Russia and we look at Iran and we look at various countries, many of whom are causing great difficulty in the world, and we look at what their economies are like, and they're virtually all dependent completely or almost completely on oil. So we permit competition at the pump, not back in the infrastructure, between other fuels and gasoline. And it's easily done with methanol with an M, wood alcohol made from all kinds of junk and stuff, or from natural gas. And if you can compete at the pump, you can drive the price of gasoline down. That'll drive the price of oil down. And believe me, that will be Mr. Putin's worst day. And that will be the mullahs in Tehran's worst day. They care a lot more about that than they do about us chasing individual terrorists.
That is such a good point. Mr. Woolsey, however, in Germany, they've got a unique situation because Angela Merkel, the chancellor there, has pretty much opened the door and said, if you need a place to stay, come on in. And hundreds of thousands of refugees, many of them without proper documentation, are just flooding that country. And a lot of the people in Germany have had it up to here saying, we're not safe anymore.
Right. They're not, and they're not going to be as long as that's the principal thing they're trying to do, which is to just let people in. You can just let people in with a better screening process, and then you won't have as many terrorists, but you're still just playing goalie.
Yeah, but and the next president, President Trump, has talked about extreme vetting. Can they vet those 1.1 million refugees that came to Germany already, or is the enemy already amongst them?
I don't see how. Of course, a lot of the enemy is going to already be in there, and they're going to be generated inside Germany as they grow up and see videos and see social media and so forth. This is a losing game, just to try to defend that way.
What are you telling Donald Trump? Because we're already seeing this happen here in America. We saw that at Ohio State just last month.
Well, I've worked for 4 presidents, 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats in my life, and I've never told anybody what I say to them, and I'm not going to start now.
Well, let me ask you this. From what you have heard Donald Trump say in public, with his administration, are we going to have a different approach toward this whole topic than Barack Obama?
I don't know. We're a month away from the new administration. We're just getting people on board, still have 2 cabinet positions to go. And people are starting to think about these issues and talk about them informally, but I don't think we'll know for sure for a while. We have some remarkable people in some of these nominated for these cabinet positions, like James Mattis, Marine Commander, and others, and we will, I think, have a good team to approach these issues. But this is tough. This is not an easy part.
All right.
Yeah.
James Woolsey, former top guy at the CIA. James,
Somebody
thank
knows
you very
what
much.
he's talking about. Thank you.
Good to be with you.